within today. You're my mind, I'ma be okay. A little love goes a long way. So I'm going within today. I'm going within today. You're my mind, I'ma be okay. A little love goes a long way. So I'm going within today.
Hey, my beautiful inner workers. Today, I want to talk about something that might hit you in a really quiet way. Not loud, not dramatic, just, something you feel in your chest a little bit. Okay? Now, do you know that there was a version of you that moved through the world differently? Not who you were trying to become, not who you've been shaped into, but who you were before all the noise. Before people expecting things from you, before you've been disappointed over and over again, before the moments that made you second guess yourself. You're listening to the Going Within podcast with Sheena C, a space for self awareness, healing, and learning to actually trust your own inner voice. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to search your own heart. So, today, I want to talk about remembering who you were. And I'm not even, talking about childhood in a surface level kind of way. I'm talking about your natural self, the way you used to think, the way you used to feel, the things that lit you up without you needing validation for it. There was a time when you didn't question yourself as much. You didn't overanalyze every decision. You didn't shrink yourself to make other people comfortable. And you didn't carry all this weight, right? And somewhere along the way, that version of you got quieter. It didn't go away, it just got quieter. And I think a lot of people don't even realize that that's what they're feeling. They just feel disconnected. They feel off. They feel like something is missing, but they can't quite put their finger on it. They can't quite name what it is. And what's missing isn't something outside of you. What's missing is really you, okay? Or at least parts of you, parts that got buried under experiences. Because that's the thing about life, it will do that to you. Life will shape you. Life will teach you things. It will protect you in certain ways, but it'll also cause you to build layers. And those layers, they're not always bad. Some of them helped you survive. They help you to grow. They help you into becoming. But some of them are covering parts of you that were never meant to be hidden forever. And that's where this conversation comes in. Because remembering who you were isn't about going backwards, right? It's not about trying to be the exact same person you were at 10 years old or even 5 years ago. What it is, it's more about reconnecting with the essence of who you are. The parts that were real, right? The parts that were authentic before you started to edit yourself. And I want you to think about that for a second. When did you start editing yourself? When did you start thinking things like, maybe I shouldn't say this or maybe I shouldn't say that? Maybe I shouldn't act like this or that. Maybe I should tone it down a little bit, because that didn't come out of nowhere. That particularly came from moments. It came from moments where you felt like you were being judged, moments where you felt like you were being misunderstood, moments where you felt like you were rejected, or just not fully accepted as you were, right? People might have thought you were weird, annoying, right? And what happens is those moments add up. They shape how you show up. They make you more careful, so to speak. They make you more aware and more guarded, right? We always say we put a guard up. You have a wall up, right? And again, there's nothing wrong with growth, right? There's nothing wrong with evolving. But there is a difference between evolving and losing touch with who you are, with your inner person, with yourself. And a lot of people are walking around right now, right? And they're just functioning. They're smiling, doing what they need to do, but they feel like something about them isn't fully alive anymore. Like they're only expressing a percentage of who they really are. They can't be their normal goofy self because they fear being judged for it. They're being called weird, right? And that's exhausting. I don't know about you, but that is really exhausting. And even if you can't explain it, right? It really is exhausting. And that's because there's a part of you that knows. It knows that this isn't all of me. And that part don't ever disappear. What it does is it waits, and then it shows up in little ways. It shows up in the things that you're drawn to for no reason, right? I'm sure you can relate. In the moments where you feel randomly inspired by something, in the ways where certain music hits you and you feel no pain. Rest in peace to Bob Marley. In a way where certain environments make you feel more like yourself. You feel more at peace. That's you peeking through. That's the real you. And I think a lot of people ignore those moments, right? They brush them off. They keep moving. And what we need to remember is that these moments are very important because they are clues. They're reminders. They're little signals saying, hey, I'm still here. I didn't go anywhere. And if you just decide to slow down enough to notice them, what's going to happen is you can start reconnecting. Not all at once, but piece by piece, or little by little, you start reconnecting. And I want to make something really, really clear, right? Remembering who you were isn't always something that's comfortable, because it also means remembering the parts of you that got hurt, right? The parts that got shut down, the parts that you had to tuck away in the back of your mind, put away in order to function. And sometimes there's grief in that. Grief for the version of you that was more open, the parts of you that were more trusting, the parts of you that were more creatively expressive before certain experiences changed you, and it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel that. It's okay to acknowledge that you've changed and that life has impacted you, right? We're all human. We've all gone through this. But here's the part I don't want you to miss, though, okay? Changed doesn't mean lost. Let me say that again. Change does not mean lost, because who you were is still in you, okay? It didn't go anywhere. It just adapted, it adjusted a little bit. It went quiet when it needed to. Simple. But it's still there. And you can reconnect with that. You just have to be intentional about it. You have to create the space for that. And that starts with awareness. Just starting to notice. And you can ask yourself, when do you feel the most like yourself? Ask yourself that. When do I feel most like myself? And I'm not talking about when you're productive, right? When you're doing things, or when you're doing what you quote unquote should be doing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you feel free, when you feel natural, when you're not in overthinking mode, when you're not performing, right? Those moments matter, and pay attention to them, okay? Because what they're doing is they're showing you something. They're showing you the parts of you that are still alive and well. And once you start noticing that, you can start feeding it, right? You can give it more space. Maybe it's something simple like going back to something you used to enjoy, something you stopped doing because life got busy or because it didn't feel quote unquote practical, right? Maybe it's the way that you express yourself, the way that you talk, the way that you laugh, even the way that you create things. Maybe there's parts of you that you've been holding back that just need a little permission to come out again. And that's really what this is about. Giving yourself the permission. Permission for what, you ask? Permission to be more of who you are without over-filtering it, without constantly checking how it's going to be received, right? Because here's the truth. You'll never, ever fully feel like yourself if you're always editing yourself. And I know that it's easier said than done. It's not an easy thing to do because we live in a world where perception matters, right? Where people have opinions, where not everyone is going to understand you, right? But that always has been a truth. It's always been true. Even when you were more yourself, that was still true. The difference is that you didn't let it define you as much. And that's something you can come back to. Not perfectly. No one expects you to be perfect because we're not perfect beings. But more intentionally, right? Little by little, you come back to yourself. And here's something else to think about, right? A lot of people are focused on, quote unquote, finding themselves. You hear that all the time. I'm trying to find myself. But what if it's not about really finding yourself, but more so remembering yourself? Because you were already you before the world told you who you should be, right? Before you started shaping yourself around other people's expectations. So it's not that you're lost per se, it's that you've been layered. like an onion, right? And now it's about peeling those layers back, not in a rough way, okay, but gently, with love, with patience. Be patient with yourself, with compassion. You don't want to rush the process. You don't want to force anything. Force brings friction. You don't want that. It brings chaos. You just want to become more aware of what feels true to you and what doesn't. Okay? And something like that requires honesty, real honesty, the raw honesty with yourself. You know? Because sometimes, we outgrow the versions of ourselves too. We outgrow versions of ourselves. Not everything from your past needs to come forward. Some things were tied to environments that you're no longer in, right? Right. Some things were coping mechanisms, right? From past trauma. But underneath all of that, there's still a core version of you that's real. And that's the part you want to reconnect with. Not the patterns, not the defenses, right? But you want to reconnect with the essence of you, the way that you naturally are when you feel safe, when you feel free, when you feel at peace, when you're not trying to be anything other than yourself. And if you're not sure what that looks like anymore, that's okay. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. Okay, this isn't a test. Okay, this is a process. And it starts with curiosity, being curious, right? Just being curious about yourself again. You say things like, what do I actually like? What does Sheena actually like? What do I actually like? What feels good to me? And then I also ask, what feels forced? What feels natural? What feels like me? And letting those answers guide you, right? No, not, other people's expectations, not what looks good from the outside, right? But what actually feels aligned for you, because that's where your real self lives. It doesn't live in perfection. No one is perfect. I'll say that again. I'm going to always say that, right? No one is above the other and no one is more perfect than the other. And no, there's no such thing. Not in performance either. But you want to be authentic, and authenticity is where your real self lives, right? And the more you lean into that, the more you'll start to feel that connection again, right? That sense of, hey, this is me right there. I feel that. That's me. And it might feel subtle, at first. But what happens is over time it builds, it grows, right? And then over time, you start to feel more whole and balanced. You start to feel more present. You start to feel more connected with yourself. And that changes everything. Everything. Trust me. It changes you. Okay? It changes the way you move. It changes the way you speak. It changes the way you show up in relationships, not just romantic relationships, but relationships with family, friends, coworkers, right? Because you're not coming from a filtered version of yourself anymore. You're coming from something real. You know what? And a lot of people say they like real until they really meet real. But that's okay. Don't worry about other people's opinions. Worry about yourself. Worry about what's real to you and what's true to you, and stay true to yourself, because that's where your power lies. That's powerful. Not loud, okay? Not flashy, but grounded. And real always hits deeper than perfect. Always. Always. So if you've been feeling disconnected lately, if you've been feeling like something is a little off, right? Maybe it's not that you need to become someone new, right? Maybe it's that there are parts of you that's waiting to be remembered, that's waiting to be felt again, feeling alive again, to express. And you can start small. You don't have to change your whole life overnight. Come on, let's be realistic here, right? You just got to start noticing day by day, moment by moment. Start noticing, start listening, start giving yourself little moments of authenticity throughout your day. You used to do this, but you're deciding today that you're going to speak your mind. You used to stay quiet about certain things, and there's certain things where you should stay quiet, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to being true to yourself, there might be things you used to let slide. No, not anymore. Even if it's just how you think, how you talk to yourself. Talk to yourself negatively, and you notice it, right? You notice it, and you're like, "Hey, I'm not gonna keep talking to myself like that. The hell? I'm gonna speak positive things to myself because I love me." Just that alone is a shift. How you allow yourself to feel, because that's where it begins, in those moments, not outside of you, but within you. And the more you reconnect with that, the less you feel like you're searching, like you're searching for something. What are you searching for? You're searching for you. Because you realize you were never really lost. There was never really nothing to be searching for. You were just disconnected. You was disconnected from yourself. You wasn't searching. You were disconnected. Like a phone plug from an outlet. Okay, now you gotta plug that outlet back in. Right? So now you're coming back. All right? You're coming back. So I'm gonna leave you with this. At some point tonight, I would like for you to take a moment and ask yourself, when do I feel most like me? When do I feel most like myself? Not who you think you should be, not who people expect you to be, but you. And just sit with whatever comes up. Okay? No pressure, no judgment, just awareness. Because that's the first step. Awareness. That's the first step to remembering who you were. Guys, I want you to know that this is the last episode of the Awakening segment of the season. So the first 10 episodes will be the Awakening segment, and then the next 10 episodes will be the Healing segment of the season, and the last 10 will be the Alignment segment of first season of the podcast. So now we're moving into the healing segment, which can be very emotional, but necessary as we grow together as one force in the universe. Please, please, please help the podcast to grow by liking and subscribing on whatever platform you're listening to. Please don't forget to leave a comment and share. Okay, because this helps us to spread the awareness and reach the people who need to hear it. And thank you so much to my listeners that I have so far, those who are downloading the episodes and listening. Thank you so much for your support and your love, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you for taking time out of your wonderful day to spend it with me and yourself. And I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. So stay safe, stay positive, stay healthy. I love you so much, and namaste.
I'm going within today. You're my mind.